They tell us the old world was built by men with chisels, donkeys, and wooden scaffolding. But stand before these cathedrals, domes, and star-shaped fortresses and ask yourself, does that explanation truly fit? Take the Holy House of Loreto in Italy. Officially, it was carried brick by brick from Nazareth. But local tradition insists it was flown here by angels. Yes, angels. Imagine a house with wings carried across continents, a ridiculous fairy tale, or a half-buried memory of something we can no longer explain. This isn't an isolated story, it's a pattern. Everywhere we look in the old world, the narrative feels off. The scale too vast, the artistry too advanced, the timeline too compressed. So here's the question: were angels merely decoration or the forgotten builders of a lost age? In Islam, the Kaaba, holiest shrine of Mecca, is said to have been built with the help of angels under God's command. In Christianity, legends swirl around Chartres Cathedral in France, Santiago de Compostela in Spain, Sant Mark's Basilica in Venice, each one touched by celestial hands. Different faiths, different continents, same motif, angelic construction. Why? Why would cultures separated by oceans and centuries share this repeating myth? Were they all lying? Or were they all remembering poorly the same truth? And notice something else. These stories always place humans in a secondary role. Kings commission, popes bless. But when the work is too immense, too impossible, the legends say the angels did it. Maybe myth is not just superstition. Maybe it's a memory of technology or beings we've forgotten. Look through history books and count the fires. Libraries, cathedrals, palaces, hotels, always burning. Coincidence or strategy? Paris, London, Chicago, San Francisco, all scarred by great fires in the 1800s. After the flames, ornate structures vanish. And what replaces them? Concrete, steel, glass boxes. Even in 2022, Easter Island's sacred landscape burned, shortly after reopening to tourists. Always fire, always loss. Fire doesn't just consume wood, fire erases memory. In the ashes, you can write a new story. And maybe that's the point. Destruction as a reset button. A way to overwrite the inconvenient beauty of the past with the cold efficiency of the present. Descend beneath Europe's churches and cathedrals. What do you find? Bones, thousands of them. Catacombs where human remains are arranged into geometric patterns, floral motifs, even walls of skulls. Official history explains it neatly, a practical way to store bodies when cemeteries overflowed. But pause. Does that explain the artistry, the deliberate design, the way skulls form archways and ribs frame altars? Or is there something ritualistic here, something we're not meant to understand? The dead aren't just buried under the old world, they support it. They become part of its architecture. Why? What were these people remembering or honoring when they built monuments on top of fields of bone? Everywhere you look in old world architecture, angels. Carved into doorways, perched on spires, frozen mid-flight on cathedral roofs. If angels never built anything, why are they the eternal mascot of construction? Why are they chiseled into stone, painted into ceilings, stamped into blueprints? And notice the vandalism. Many angel statues have their faces smashed, their wings broken, their heads removed. Was this mere weathering or deliberate erasure of the builder's signature? Contrast that with today's buildings. Glass boxes, empty cubes, no angels, no mystery, no meaning. Just cost per square foot. The old world was alive with symbolism. The new world is sterile. Perhaps that's not progress. Perhaps it's amnesia. Open a map from the 1600s. You'll see it. Tartaria, a vast empire spanning Eurasia. Open a map today, gone. Historians say it was just a vague label for scattered tribes. But if that's true, why does it dominate maps for centuries? Why do travelers describe its palaces, its star-shaped fortresses, its copper domes glinting under strange skies? Today, only a small province, Tatarstan, remains a ghost echo of an empire. Maybe Tartaria wasn't conquered. Maybe it was erased. One cartographer's decision, one bureaucratic stroke, and a civilization disappears. Change a name, change memory, change history. So what do we do with these stories? The flying house of Loreto, the Kaaba, the fires, the bones, the erased maps. We laugh, dismiss, file them as myth. But what if they are fractured memories of something real? Maybe angels were not just heavenly messengers. Maybe they were builders, engineers of a forgotten age, the custodians of technologies we no longer understand. If so, then history as we know it is not merely incomplete. It is rewritten. And here's the haunting truth. Once you dare to ask, you'll never see history or architecture the same way again. Because every angel carved in stone might not be decoration. It might be a signature.